A lot of pressure. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Pressure pressing down on me, pressing down on you. No man, that's fault. Under pressure. I think today what I'd like to talk about, speaking of under pressure, is something I've wanted to do a show on for a while, but I wanted to make sure I pulled up some photos so it would enhance the story, and I didn't do that. So here goes anyway. This is a story about a movie I saw in the 80s that had a profound impact on my life. Not really, but it was one of the things that influenced me because he was already influencing me. David Bowie. He wrote that song Under Pressure. And so back in the days of the grandfathers, David Bowie and Jim Henson, the puppeteer who started Sesame Street, the voice of Kermit the Frog, they got together and they said, hey, you know what? We should make a movie. And I'm like, that's a great idea. You could sing some songs and I'll have some puppets there. What should the movie be about? And they sat down and they're like, I don't know. And David Bowie said, I got an idea. What if I had long hair? And Jim Henson said, yeah, that's a great idea. We'll get you a wig. You look like an 80s rock star. And David Bowie said, I am an 80s rock star. He goes, yeah, but you got a preppy haircut. We're going to give you a big blonde wig. And see, I really wish I had prepared now. But anyway, so they gave him a big blonde wig. And he said, I'll be the bad guy. I don't know, write a movie where I can sing these songs and I'll be the bad guy and I'll be dressed up like this. And so Jim Henson said, okay, I got it. We're going to need one more human being. We'll get a little girl. And in this movie, the little girl has a little brother that she's sick of babysitting. And so one day when she's babysitting, she says while she's playing, oh, I just wish the Goblin King, that's who you'll be, the Goblin King. I wish the Goblin King would come and take my little brother away. I'm sick of being babysitter. So what happens? Big old owl, a white owl, which is kind of a creepy Freemason imagery, but we'll talk about that some other time. Big old owl bursts into the room, flies around the room, and then like a vampire changing from a bat, the owl changes into David Bowie and his wig. And David Bowie says, I am Jareth, the Goblin King. And what's up? And let me back up a little bit. So she says that, leaves the room, baby stops crying, and then all this happens. And girl goes, hey, what'd you do with my little brother? Did you just abduct my baby brother? I was just kidding. And David Bowie goes, I have taken your little brother to the labyrinth, to the goblin, beyond the goblin city, to the goblin city beyond the whatever, something like that. And he goes, turn back, Sarah. Turn back before it's too late. And Sarah goes, oh, come on, give me back my little brother. I'm going to be in so much trouble. What, are you out of your mind? I'm supposed to be babysitting. I'm making $4 an hour here. To do what? Watch TV and raid the fridge while he cries himself to sleep. It's not that bad of a job. I'm sorry, I complained. But David Bowie is like, nope. You want your little brother? Why don't you come get him? And then he turns back into an owl and flies away. Which is pretty cool, I gotta say. Now that I think about it, David Bowie turning into a white owl and flying through a window. Man, he should have did a whole tour where he just played Jareth the Goblin King. That would have been cool. So he goes away, and somehow Sarah finds herself at the doorway to the labyrinth. And labyrinth means maze for you little guys. Now, I didn't bother to get his picture. I really should have. But this movie fails when the first character, Muppet character shows up, and it's this nasty looking old man, little guy. And he's peeing in a pool. And he's killing fairies. So he's, he's homophobic. And, but he says, yeah, come on, I'll help you go meet the Goblin King. And she goes into the labyrinth. She meets a worm. And he's like, hello. And she goes, did you say hello? And the worm goes, well, I said hello. Well, that's close enough. Because he was British. Anyway, so a bunch of stuff happens. A few songs. She meets some other people along the way. Big old Muppet monster furry guy who can like bring rocks to him. A dog that rides a dog. And anybody else? I don't know. They go to the bog of eternal stench and she eats a drugged up peach. Turns out that little, what was his name? Hoggle. That was kind of a running gag too. David Bowie could never remember his name. Hey, Hogwart. I guess my name's Hoggle. It's like, what kind of name is Hoggle? So anyway, she finally meets David Bowie in an MC Escher painting. And then the final showdown, he goes, stop. Look what I'm offering you. Your dreams. I ask for so little. Just love me. Fear me. Do as I say, and I will be your slave. And then she goes, how's that line go? Oh yeah, you have no power over me. And then just like that, he throws a ball up in the air. And he's like, oh. And then she goes, oh, doo-doo-doo, I'm going back to Oz or back to Kansas or something. And she ends up back in her bedroom. And she realizes it was just a dream or something. Apparently not. But she goes, oh, geez, I'm back. I'm so glad my little brother's back. And all I had to do was walk through a maze and sing some songs or something. And dance in some weird masquerade ball. But here I am back at home. And oh, that was crazy. But once in a while, I would sure like to see my stuffed animal friends again. And then all the Muppets, they go, whoa, what are you waiting for? Or why didn't you say so? And they all jump out. And then it's dance, magic dance, magic dance, magic dance. Magic dance, put a spell on me. Slap that baby, make him breathe. So anyway. Yeah, I should have done a whole Labyrinth show with pictures. Doggone it. But anyway, this is the story of the Labyrinth. And how David Bowie and Jim Henson made a movie.